Hello there, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your August 2026 reading. We're going to have a look at some major astrological influences and see what the cards have to say for you for your month ahead. First off, we have August 8th, the 8th month and the 8th day. This is the Lionsgate portal. The portal actually opens July 26th and closes August 12th, but the major peak energy is on August 8th. This is a big cosmic alignment. The sun is in Leo and it's in alignment with Sirius, right? The brightest star. Sirius is our spiritual sun. So we've got the sun in Leo, our spiritual sun, Sirius, Orion's belt, and the earth all lining up. And this is lining up with the pyramids as well. So it really does harken way, way back to ancient Egypt, ancient times. And this signifies the time of year. It was the flooding of the Nile. So this is a portal that is very much associated with prosperity, abundance, and fertility in our lives. It is a surge of spiritual energy, a time of heightened intuition, really deep transformation, and of course, an amplified manifestation portal. So it can be really magical energy to work with. It has an extra punch this year because Jupiter is also in Leo. Jupiter, of course, our planet of good luck, good fortune, abundance, growth, getting out of your comfort zone, right? You always get rewarded from Jupiter when you do that. And Jupiter is in Leo. So a lot of extra solar power is going to this portal. So great one to take advantage of, whether it's for some spiritual connection and growth or whether it is for manifestation. We also have a solar eclipse. Yes, folks, August is eclipse season. We'll be feeling the eclipse energy all through the month, okay? And pretty much into the first part of September as well. Okay, so August 12th, solar eclipse. This is a new moon in Leo. Bold, brave, courageous, but also, this is an energy where you can also embrace the gentler things in life because sometimes you attract more things to you with honey, right? So this is a great time to try something new, look at things a little bit differently. A solar eclipse is a new moon on steroids, right? So this amplified energy here. When the moon passes between the earth and the sun. So a cosmic reset, again, rapid transformation, great time to do some shadow work. We shine a light on our shadow with the solar energy. We also can, get things that come out of the dark, right? But this is a wonderful energy to align you with your soul's evolution. An eclipse in general does represent fated changes, portals of opportunity, unexpected endings, unexpected new beginnings, and some spiritual resets, right? So that's the general theme of both. And then, of course, we influence that with the zodiac sign that it's in, and also whether it's a new moon or a full moon. That leads us into the full moon in Pisces, which is a lunar eclipse on August 27th, right? So rounding out the month with that powerful lunation, a full moon in Pisces does tend to be, it's a water sign, right? So it does tend to be a little bit emotional, but this can go really deep, right? Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and it also represents the 12th house in astrology, which can be very spiritual, can be very solitary, right? You may find at that time that you are looking for a little bit of peace and quiet. You just want to spend some time with yourself and your thoughts and your feelings. So very full moon in Pisces kind of energy. So this can be where you do some shadow work, right? Or you figure out what is holding you back from achieving the greatness that you desire and deserve in the future. So some great energy to take advantage of. But let's see what your cards have to say for you. We've got the balancing act, okay, and we're in reverse. All right. So this is actually a card number 11. So, whoopsies, sorry. Of course, 11s can be about new beginnings. 11s are also really about heightened intuition and connection, right? So your wishes and your dreams as well, right? We all talk about 1111, right? And so this is an 11. But this is a really good, a really important time for you to have a look at the balancing act in your life. Are you feeling discombobulated? Are you feeling out of touch? Are you feeling like you're out of alignment, out of balance? What area of your life is that? right? Do you do too much for other people and not enough for yourself? Do you focus so much on your goals, right, that it's to the exclusion of all else? Not healthy. Okay, so you're really being invited here to shine a light on all areas of your life and see where is there discord in your world. What do you need to focus on? What do you need to clear out? Where do you need to step back from? Right? Because having goals and a focus and all that stuff is wonderful, but it can become an obsession. And so you're being asked by spirit here to really be honest and truthful with yourself. Okay, no one knows the answer to this but you. Life, of course, can feel like a balancing act sometimes, and sometimes we feel like we're, on a treadmill. Sometimes we feel like we're walking a tightrope, like that, like the figure on that card is, right? But there's things we can do to get more steady energy and to get both feet on the ground and to feel more solid and stable and like we are in balance and alignment. So that's a task for you guys. Not always the easiest one, but necessary. We also have here ride the wave. You want to have some fun. So ride the wave energy here. We've got dolphins in the surf, okay? And so they're in the flow of things, right? A wave comes along and don't worry about it. They're just like, woohoo, let's just sail on top of it. Let's just have a little bit of fun. I keep moving my camera. I don't know what's going on here. So you are being encouraged here to, number one, get into the flow of things, okay? No resistance and, kind of a que sera moment. But just like those dolphins, grab a friend, grab a buddy, grab a companion, grab a partner, go out and have a little bit of fun, right? Turn a, challenging situation into one where you can maybe make a game out of solving it or something like that, or maybe go to the ocean. You might be called to the ocean right now, but ride that wave, right? There may be challenges, but you can get on top of them and you can turn a negative into a positive. But ultimately here, go enjoy some summer energy. Okay, we are in Leo season. It's all about having fun. It's about being creative. It's about getting together with friends. It's a very lively, extrovert kind of energy. And that might not necessarily be in your nature. Okay, but we do have to get out there sometimes, right? We do need to go and let loose a little bit sometimes. And that's what you're being encouraged to do. Let's see what other messages that we've got for you. You do not want to shuffle today. Okay, there we go. We've got the Ascended Masters coming out. Okay, I'll just leave that one for a second. So when the Ascended Masters come in here for you, it is a very powerful, very spiritual, very potent time. So you are being encouraged to connect because it's bringing you the presence, the energy of the Masters of Enlightenment. And this is, in this particular deck, in the upright, there's two of them, even though there's four hands, because in the reverse, in the upright, it means two, and in the reverse, it means two different ones. So in the upright here, it is Jesus and Buddha. All right. There are also other spiritually influential ascended masters that are around those deities, but those are the two. Jesus is represented by the dove. It's this hand right there, and comes with unlimited healing power. It doesn't matter what your religious persuasion, upbringing, old belief system may be. Okay, it is a spiritual presence, a spiritual force, bringing you miracles, assistance with physical, mental, or emotional healing. Okay. Jesus is the master of love, opening your heart to unconditional love, including recognizing that you deserve love, especially love of self. Okay. Sometimes we kind of fall into that pattern where we don't quite believe that we deserve love, but you do. Okay. Not to mention your ascended masters are sending you love. Okay. Beautiful energy, right? Really beautiful energy. Buddha. There are a few different deities that are in this deck included with Buddha energy. Okay, we've got Gautama, Shakyamuni, and these are represented by the lotus, which is the top hand right there. Okay, higher consciousness. Okay, this is a great time where you are expanding in ways that maybe you never even thought possible, maybe even where you never even thought about it. So if you are dealing with any kind of negativity or anything, open up to these ascended masters, right? Because they can bring you spiritual growth and wisdom and deeper understanding, and healing. So super powerful energy that's coming in there for you. We also have another spirit card, okay, number 6 this time. This was number 7, okay, family, friends, and guides. So, yeah, this is a wonderful time for you to open up to spirit in all ways, shapes, and forms. This can be a really good way for you, a really good time for you to do some past life regression, connect with past loved ones, your old ancestors. Maybe even a great time for you to break family karma, like family karmic cycles, cycles of maybe things like addiction or some other bad habits, right? That may come about, or maybe just a cycle of mother and daughter fighting all the time, right? And so we can like kind of heal that connection. And what is that discourse there, right? It's a little bit different for everybody, a lot different for everybody, actually. But your guides are here supporting you. This can also be a time, by the way, to reach out to family. There could be some family bonds that need healing or reconnecting. We don't have to agree with people, right? We don't have to, jump on their bandwagon or embrace their way of life, right? But sometimes, sometimes those family ties, those family bonds are strong. For some of you, healing can mean disconnecting from family or friends. So you could have some changes going on with family and friends there. But your guides are reaching out for you here as well. And so again, this is a wonderful time for you where you might just find easier connections to spirit. And we also have a consciousness energy of optimism. That's a wonderful one to embrace. So I feel like here, if there's been some like dark thoughts or energies or difficulties, I feel like there's a big shift coming in here for you. You're going to look at things a little bit differently, maybe overcome some things, take a step back and see like the big picture. Am I hurting myself? Am I, hurting others? Am I being negative, right? And this is that time of opening up to more optimistic energy. And that can very much be that Jupiter in Leo energy. Jupiter is a very optimistic planet, right? It's our greater benefic, our most beneficial planetary energy. And in the sign of Leo, it's a double dose of optimism and power for you. So so this can be where there's like a little bit of a shift. This can also really be saying to you that when we're optimistic, we tend to see opportunity. When we're pessimistic, we don't see opportunity. All we see is a dark cloud, right? So shift your energy, shift your outlook. And when we're optimistic, there's those portals that open up for you, those doors, and you see the possibilities and potential a lot easier. Let's see what else we've got for you guys. Ooh, thank you. What flew out? We've got the Two of Swords. All right, so there could be a little bit of discord, a little bit of imbalance there, or a little bit of confusion. Sometimes the Two of Swords, we need to make a decision. We need to make a decision in our life. And, we sometimes look externally for that, or we look at things in black and white. And in a lot of areas in life, there's a hidden area. There's a hidden gray area. There's a hidden path, or the path less traveled. So not everything is necessarily right in front of our face. Not everything is yes or no, black or white, this or that. Sometimes there's a middle road there. There can be a compromise for something here as well, right? So, there might be someone in your life where maybe you don't see eye to eye, you don't have the same belief systems, but somehow maybe you can find that middle ground or find that compromise or just agree to disagree and then, move on to a different topic, right? Sometimes we have to do that, especially where family is concerned sometimes. But that Two of Swords can show that you might be trying to make an important decision at this time, okay? And your answers are internal. Your answers lie within. We don't necessarily need to look externally for the answers or for the guidance. Turn inward, do a little bit of reflection, connect with your intuition, connect with all of these spiritual guides that are coming out for you, okay? And you'll get that clarity that you are looking for. So you may need to just extract yourself a little bit from the day-to-day hustle and bustle, but it'll be beneficial for you, okay? Let's see what else we've got for you guys. Got the Five of Cups. Oosh, we are really needing that healing energy that's coming in. Got the Queen of Pentacles. There we go. Nurture yourself, your goals, your dreams in a gentle way. And then we've got that Ace of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful fiery energy there. A new start, a fresh beginning, and the Page of Pentacles. Look at that turnaround for you guys, right? We do start out two of swords and Five of Cups. That's not a fun energy. Okay, the Five of Cups is our grief card, right? It's our grief and sadness and loss, and maybe even looking at the negative side of things and not seeing the potential. The traditional imagery of the Five of Cups is someone kneeling on the ground. They're all dark. They're crying. In some decks they're kneeling, in some decks they're standing, but they're looking at the spilt milk, right? They're looking at the three cups that have tipped over and they're grieving that. But over on the other side, there's two cups of salvation still standing, two cups of possibilities, two cups of reconnection, or of balance and enlightenment, or whatever it happens to be. So, sometimes this Five of Cups, we do need to process negative energy, negative emotions. We need to process grief and disappointment and loss and lack and all these things, because if we don't process this energy, it'll stay and it'll fester and it will not lead us down a happy path. So this is a beautiful time of cutting things out, of processing things, so that we can turn around and we can look at the bright side. Sometimes the Five of Cups can be some deep, deep losses and energies and things like that. But it can also sometimes be the need to take a couple of steps back in order to take a step forward, right? And sometimes that feels like a loss, like I've got to start over, but you're not starting from rock bottom ever, right? You're starting from a level of experience and knowledge and wisdom, right? And so sometimes we just need to take a step back from a situation, or we do need to let something go, because this can be our path to getting ourselves back on track, right? Or we can see a different direction. So whatever your situation happens to be, we do need to understand difficulties or losses or challenges or obstacles in our life. We need to look at them, we need to examine them, but then we need to look past them. And that's what you're being encouraged to do. Because then we've got the Queen of Pentacles, we've got the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Whoa, beautiful energy. The Queen of Pentacles right in the center. Okay, this can either be a very nurturing, kind, compassionate person in your life that you connect with, okay, or maybe you resolve some differences with this person, right? A very nurturing figure in your world, friends, family, whatever it happens to be. But this can also be your energy. You're down to earth. You're nurturing your goals, your dreams. You're nurturing yourself, right, in a positive way. This is an energy of being receptive to growth and opportunities, but it's also one of prosperity and abundance and success, and we're enjoying the fruits of our labor in this. So you could really have something blossoming, or this can be your time to blossom and shine, but it's also one that patience is maybe required, but we're patient, but we work through things day by day. But I think your patience is going to pay off. Ace of Wands right here is a new beginning. The Page of Pentacles can be some really joyous news that comes in. So this can be a new job. This can be a new house, right? Very connected with the house and home is the Queen of Pentacles. This can be a new person, right? Whatever it happens to be, there could be an offer or an opportunity that is open up for you. And again, we have this portal opening up there with that optimism card, right? And look where your optimism pays off. So it can be really wonderful. There could be, some answers or information coming your way as well. The Page of Pentacles can bring money and gifts. It can be you purchasing something as well, but it's something here, Ace of Wands, that is in alignment with your goals and your manifestations. But the Page of Pentacles is also bookwormy, very much on the quest for information, for knowledge. So there could be some deeper knowledge that comes to you, or Ace of Wands, new information. But this could inspire you or motivate you, because the Ace of Wands is very fiery, and can be that new source of enlightenment, or again, the inspiration, the motivation. Maybe you could get new source of motivation here as well. So whether you've got money going out, perhaps if there's something that you want to purchase, or whether something new is coming into you, this is like totally awesome energy, and can be maybe even a little bit fun. The Ace of Wands can be very passionate energy, right? So this can be an opportunity for you to learn something new and follow your passion. What is that for you? Maybe you always wanted to learn a craft of some kind, or this can be spiritual knowledge that may come in here for you as well, right? But we are certainly turning things around and getting a lot more optimistic by the time mid-month comes along. So probably around that solar eclipse, you're probably going to feel like a little bit of a shift in your energy. And there'll be a build up to that. Okay? It's not just a one and done. So let's get a couple more messages out here for you. We've got abundance. Look at that. You've got the Queen of Pentacles and the abundance card. Okay, so abundance of love, abundance of spiritual connection, abundance of friends and family, abundance of money, whatever it happens to be, that abundance is headed to you. We've got belong energy coming out here as well. So number one, this is a message together here of remembering that you are deserving, you belong in the universe. Sometimes that's like, I don't belong here. Yes, you do. Okay. And you are deserving of all the abundance that the universe has to offer. The belong energy can also have a little bit of a profound insight here. And especially where we have that spirit card with friends and family, right? Your guides are there too. You always belong together with your guides. But this can be where, maybe you've been feeling like you're not quite as connected as you'd like to be with the people in your life. And with all this spirit energy coming out here, this could be because you are growing and evolving, and you are ascending. And when that happens, we do sometimes, because our energy shifts. So we no longer feel energetically connected with people or situations around us. So this could be a quest to find out where you belong. Who am I going to connect with next? Because we all need a connection of some kind, right? But we do kind of flip in and out a little bit, right? We feel connected and then we drift away. We find new people, or, and it's just part of this evolution of life, of spirit. So, if you're searching for somewhere that you belong, or people that you can connect with in a different way than others that are around you, maybe more understanding, or people that are on a similar path, then this shows that if you put yourself out there, you just might meet those new people, right? Got Ace of Wands. We've got Page of Pentacles, could be a new person perhaps in your world. And we have manifest. Now this is awesome, okay? Because the manifest energy is all around us. Again, we've got the Ace of Wands, very tied to manifestation, okay? Because it's action, right? And it's something new or something improved. So this can be a really good month, not just for things to come to fruition for you, but also working with that Lionsgate portal August 8th, or, the few days before and after that, and also that solar eclipse on the 12th of August, right? Really, really potent energy for manifestation. So embrace it, use it, live it, love it, okay? I'm going to leave all that there for you guys. That's what I've got for you. I thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed your video, please do like, share, and subscribe. You interacting with the video in any one of those three ways does help it get seen, helps crack down that evil algorithm. So I do thank you so much for that. But I hope you have an absolutely fantastic month ahead, and I will see you guys later. Bye.